ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit.
Subscribe. How work? What do? Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Universe review on the 3¾ inch, the Amazing Spider-Man Ultra-Poseable Spidey figure. This guy's cool. I'm not disappointed in this purchase, but you know, I'm not really thoroughly impressed, of course, but, you know, this is a cool figure. I'm glad I bought it, and I have fun with it and everything, so it's not all gripes and everything. There's some really, really cool things going on with this guy. He has great sculpt. The plastic that they chose for this, even though there's no shading in the paint or anything like that, the colors of the plastic reflect light really well, and the figure overall does look kind of cool. I have some issues with the way the body was sculpted on this guy, and the posability is not all there. I mean, he's ultra posable, but he doesn't have all the posability that you could get in a 3¾ inch figure. For instance, he has no calf swivel. That's a bummer. And he does have the ankle pivot. Love that ankle pivot. But he doesn't have a calf swivel, which does restrict the articulation, and he has no waist joint. So, you know, compared to, you know, some of the new MU molds that they've been using, those do have the calf joint and the waist joint, and I feel like with this Daredevil I can get him into better Spidey poses than I can with this guy. So it's like this guy, at least I can get him to like really crawl, you know what I mean? That's like a Spidey pose right there, isn't it? Look at that. But then, you know, with this guy, he doesn't have that calf swivel, so when you try to get him into his wall crawling pose, his foot is always sticking out straight to the side. You know, and that's kind of a bummer. So that kind of sucks. Now, this Daredevil right here does not have double jointed elbows. So this one does have the double jointed elbows, and he has wrist rotation that moves up and down, and it moves side to side. I mean, this one just has the wrist rotation that moves side to side. So those are the 2 points of articulation that they brought to this that the other MUs don't have. He has the double jointed elbows, and his wrist can actually move up and down. But aside from that, it's kind of like, you know, I would have rather, you know, took those out and given us the waist articulation and the calf swivel. So, I mean, to go over all of the articulation really quick, his head does move up and down, side to side, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, like I said, double jointed elbows, told you the wrist articulation, just the diaphragm joint moves forward and back a little bit. Still not a fan, no waist, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the ankle pivot. And it doesn't really move up too much right here at the ankle. It moves down pretty well, but if you want it to move up, you kind of have to like shimmy it or something. It's a little pain in the ass. Moves down very well. No peg holes at the bottom of the feet. There is another ultra-poseable Spider-Man, or I forgot what it's called, but this is supposed to be the first movie Spider-Man right here, and this is a SDCC 2010 exclusive, which I've never opened, but as you can see, this guy does have some pretty cool articulation, double jointed elbows right there as well, no waist joint, no ankle pivot, so, you know, the new one, the Amazing Spider-Man version, does have more articulation than this guy right here. So I'm kind of glad I never opened him. It's cool to have up on the wall and everything. I do like the sculpt a lot, though. Like I said, I think the sculpt came out pretty damn good, like for the texturing of the clothes and everything. Glad that they went with the white eyes, like Sean Long said, instead of the yellow eyes. I'm not a fan of the yellow eyes. I like how you could see black in between some of those lines. And I like that in between all the lines that are sculpted there, you could actually see like little bubbles, scales, you know, texturing part of the costume. So you could see, you know, on the blue areas. It looks really good. The Spider logo sculpted on there. All the detail on the legs. So, you know, the sculpting on this, I gotta give an A+ to, except for the way this upper torso looks. And his legs look a little long, which I've never, you know, it's not a big deal because it's Spider-Man. He should be lanky with legs, but the way his torso looks is just kind of strange to me. I don't like it. But, you know, I have to say it is fun having the extra double, you know, the double jointed elbows. I got you, man. You found my weakness. It's small knives. I just want to point out this box right here because it shows some of the other figures that come out in the wave, and they all have this shitty articulation right there. Web Cannon Spider-Man. this ridiculous zip rocket Spider-Man. Why would you need a zip line? You're Spider-Man. Okay. And then there's Reptile Blast Lizard. Sean just reviewed this one, which I think is shit. I think this figure is absolutely terrible. It's actually shorter than the Ultra-Poseable Spider-Man. Ridiculous, man. And then he's got a fist when the figure itself doesn't have a fist. So I really do like that they went with this hand positioning on both sides. That way you can make him crawl if you want. It could, you know, it could pass as a punch. It could kind of pass as a thwip. You know what I mean? We're begging for change. Screaming for change. Screaming. So let's get a size comparison with the Marvel Universe Spider-Man right here. This Spider-Man came with the Thunderball, and the Thunderball 2-pack, I believe. And the Amazing Spider-Man is quite a, just a little bit taller. Not too much taller, but just a little bit taller. Not a big deal. So I guess that's not too. Then compared to the Daredevil right there, this is the new Daredevil, by the way. So he's a little shorter. So yeah. All right, you guys, that's my review, and I'll catch you later.
Crispy.
Oh, that's Shartimus. He is so awesome. But now what should I do on the internets?
You go to BKBN.net! Here, let me show you, man! Big Kids Big News is #1 source for geek news, reviews, toys, comics, movies, cartoons, video games, and more! Next time you're done watching my videos, where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Articulation is really not the best. Whoa, whoa, lightning storm.